Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is I'm so excited to say that it's going to be a fall DIY video. Today we're going to be making two types of pumpkins using some fabric from a fat quarter that I purchased from Walmart, and the other one's going to be a sweater pumpkin using an old sweater that I had just lying around.
Okay, so I've already cut out my circle and this measures about 10 by 12 inches. And now I'm just going to show you the materials I'm using. I'm using a needle, some black thread, scissors, and a hot glue gun. And you are going to need all of these if you're planning on making this particular pumpkin. Okay, so now I'm just getting ready to measure out my thread. I'm not going to use a particular length, but I do think I measured out about 24 inches twice, and then I doubled it. And I threaded it into the needle, doubled, so that the thread is thicker. And I just tied off the thread at the end, made a simple knot at the end. Once I get that done, our needle is all ready to thread. Sorry if I sound a little funny. I am a bit hoarse. I don't know what's going on. I think we have a little bit of cold running through our household right now, so I'm a bit under the weather, but I wanted to go ahead and get this video out. So right now I'm just going to show you here how I am going to stitch this pumpkin together. Just going to start off here towards the edge. I'm just going to go in, I'm just going to go and do a pretty much like an in and out pattern to make gathers. That's exactly what we're doing, in and out, making some gathers. Once I get my desired amount here, I'm just going to pull it through and show you the gathers. And then we're just going to continue on until we get to the end. Okay, so once we get to the end, you're going to have like a little baggie here. You're going to see all the gathers around. Right now I'm just taking my hand and just spacing it out so that I can get some workspace here. And as you can see, it's perfectly formed bag. Now I'm just going to get a little bit of cotton that I have left over from a pillow. I'm just going to fluff that out, pull it out, separate it so that I can have a more manageable section of it. I'm just going to go ahead and begin stuffing my pumpkin, getting it as full as I like for it to be. I'm going to stuff it until I am getting my desired fullness. And once I get that, I'm just going to go ahead and stitch the top of it to close it up. And once I get it closed, that's when we're going to start decorating. As you can see there, I do have a little bit of space left, so I'm going to need a little bit more stuffing to put in here. Okay, so I think I have it to my desired fullness. So now I'm just going to show you how we're going to close the pumpkin up at the top. And what we're going to do is just going to, I decided to take this method where I go from one side to the other. And that just helps pull it all together. I found that very easy. I'm just going to go back and forth from one side to the other. From left to right and from right to left. Until I get it to close up. And what that does is it forms a little small gathering circle in the middle that is perfect for your stem.
If you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. It really helps my channel and it helps me grow, and it lets me know what you guys would like to see more of. So go ahead and hit that red subscription button. Also like and comment down below.
To my decor that I have in my home. A lot of it's going to be made from Dollar Tree items, some things that I picked up from Goodwill, and possibly some Hobby Lobby. Alright, so this is what they all look like so far. Go ahead and move to the sweater pumpkin. I want to go ahead and make this one already be made. As you can see, I'm just showing you that I've already made some of these pumpkins using this particular sweater. So I'm just going to show you how I did those by using this old sweater that I just had just lying around. I was getting ready to get rid of it, and an idea popped in my head to use this sweater to make some sweater pumpkins. So I'm just going to show you what I did. I just went along here, just cut out a circle freehand, and I made sure to stay as far as I can away from the edge. And this pumpkin, it did come out a bit bigger than the black and white version. I was so proud of these, they turned out perfectly. Okay, so now that I have that cut out, you can see here that the pocket is still hanging on, so I had to cut that part off. And I'm also going to go ahead and cut off the trim here so that we can make it a more rounder circle. Take that squareness off. Now we're just going ahead and just cutting all of that off. We're just going to set that to the side. And now we have somewhat of a circle. It's not even, it's not perfect, but it doesn't matter because no one will ever know that this is not a perfect circle. So once again, we're just going to go ahead and do the same method that we did with the black and white pumpkin. Let's go along the edge here and do an in and out stitching until we get the gathers all gathered up the way we like and form a perfect little round pumpkin. I'd have to say that this was a lot of fun to make. My daughters were actually standing around watching me make it. You're going to see here in a bit here, I'm actually going to be sitting down on the floor, stuffing it and decorating it because they are watching a movie.
Okay,
and
so
we're just
right
having
now what I
our
am doing
mommy-daughter
is,
time
I actually went
after
outside
school
and I
while I am
wanted to
making these.
use
It was a
a
lot of
more
fun.
natural piece for these particular pumpkins. So I decided to go outside and get a tree branch that I had found that had fallen off of the tree, and it was perfect size. So I thought it was going to be perfect
Okay,
for
so
this
now
decor.
I'm just going to go ahead and put a little
Seeing
glue
right
up here at the
now
top
is that I am
and
cutting
put
it
on my
down to my
stem
desired
that
length, and
I
I'm
cut
just
from
going to add
the
it
tree branch
onto
that you saw
my
there.
pumpkins.
And I just walked right outside and I just found the tree branch that was laying close to my fence, and I just cut this, just picked it up and brought it right on in the house. Of course, I did look at it to make sure there was no bugs or anything on it, and I cleaned it off a little bit. So right now I'm just using this old greenery that I had laying around in my garage. I thought the leaves on here was perfect to use on these pumpkins, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut the leaves off here. The desired amount that I wanted to place on here. You're going to see me play around with it a little bit. I did with the first pumpkin that I made. I did play around with it a bit. I tried different ways of how I would like it. And I actually ended up going back into my stash again, and I found some, raffia. And I'm going to be using that to make little bows on here. Okay, so I got those leaves on. They look perfect this way. I think I am going to leave this way. These little brown stems that you see here, this is from a previous project that I had. I had them laying around out in a box outside, and I thought they would be perfect to stick on here as well. Just a little bit more added detail, and just cut those down to size, and I place those on each one of the pumpkins. These turned out so cute. Actually, what I did not put into the clip, and I'm so sorry that I must have lost the footage of this, I did use some white yarn as well to add a little bit more character and dimension to the pumpkins. Okay, so now I am going to be using my raffia. I'm going to simply just make a bow out of it, just going around my 2 fingers, and I think I looped it around 4 times before I made the bow. Just going to go ahead and stick it on here. See how I like it. Is it full enough for me? I think I am going to keep it this way. I do like it this way. As you can see here in the background, it's the exact same thing. I just wrapped it around my thumb and index finger, and I just looped it around 4 or 5 times, Then I just made, got another piece and made, then I just got another piece of raffia and just made center. Simply just wrapping it around those, that bundle that I made. For some reason here I am off screen. I do apologize for that, but it's just simply just making a bow. Very quick and very simple. And I did just leave some of the little scraggly ends on it because I think that it did just add a little bit more character to it. Also, I'm just going to go ahead and get another piece of raffia and I'm going to twist it around a piece of the branch just so I can make it swirly, so that I can make little swirly stems coming from the pumpkin as well. Again, once again, just adding more character, more detail to the pumpkin.
And here you can see one of the black and white pumpkins that I made here. I decided to place it on top of this candle. I think it looks really cute here on my coffee table, mixed in with this decor. The teal pumpkin that you see there in the back, I created that last year using one of the Dollar Tree orange pumpkins. I just got some paint from Hobby Lobby and mixed it together to get my desired color. And I used some of the gemstones that I purchased from Hobby Lobby as well. And I just added that all on there. Down at the bottom here, you can see this black and white book here. I am going to have a tutorial coming up very soon on that as well. As for the sweater pumpkins, I did make 3 of them. I made small, medium, and large, and I think that it looks absolutely adorable here on my fireplace. I am thinking about changing up the flowers, but then again, I may just keep it with the traditional yellow and orange flowers, but for now, this is the way I want to leave it.
If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload